attack the apparatus because it is all about that strength. Now they have to control that when they get to the handstand towards the end before that dismount. And one thing to look out for in this final is Donnell Wittenburg. He's going to perform a triple pike somersault. It's the most difficult skill in the whole of men's gymnastics at the moment. He qualified there in second with the highest start value, but controlling the rings and controlling the movement on the rings is going to be really key here. You often find the rings gymnasts change the structure of their routines all the time with their rings strength elements to try and get a structure of a routine that means there's not a swing on the rings, because as soon as they get a bit of a swing, the judges are taking those deductions, and on the rings it really does come down to those fine margins.
Well, out comes Lan Singu. He's the highest qualifier. He took a gold back in 2021 on rings. His compatriot, here he comes, Zhang Boheng. Saw him in the all-around competition, going toe-to-toe, took the silver medal in the all-around competition, and rings was key in that all-around score. Adem Asil, 26 years old now, the fourth highest qualifier, but he's had a couple of golds at European level. Gold at the World Championships back in 2022. Caio Souza of Brazil, 8th highest qualifier. He's been in many a rings final himself. Eleftherios Petrounias, the legend of the rings, 3 times world champion, 8-time European champion, and Olympic champion as well. There's nothing he hasn't won. And out comes Great Britain's Harry Hepworth. He's looking relaxed, he's looking calm, Craig, he's ready for this.
Well, these lads from Leeds are like so relaxed, aren't they? They just come out and really want to show the world what they can do, and Harry is developing into an all-rounder with 3 exceptional pieces of gymnastics. It's so exciting. I mean, I think one of the things that's going to separate these gymnasts, because we're talking tenths, will be, you know, we all say rings goes down to the dismount. There's only one gymnast out of this 8 that actually stuck the dismount, which was Caio Souza of Brazil, to get that .1. There's big Donnell Wittenburg. I mean, he's 31 years of age.
He's 31 years old, and, you know, he's a heavy-framed gymnast. Now, you need enormous strength anyway to work rings. So if you're, I mean, I'm not saying the guy's over by any means. He's strong, he's full of muscle, but to actually be able to not only support all your body, but then do all these strength, he sort of defies ring working, does Donnell?
He does, absolutely. You wouldn't go for it. You wouldn't say go be a rings worker at that height. But he's obviously incredibly strong.
Amazing.
I mean, his advantage is the width of him.
Yes.
You know, I mean, this guy's never going to swing pommels in his life with shoulders that big. But actually, he's built for power. He's great on floor. He's great on vault. He's great on rings. You tend to see vaulters and ring workers in similar finals because of the physique. I mean, for him, it'll be all down to that big dismount, I feel.
Yep. Yeah, well, talking of dismounts, Harry Hepworth has a triple back. If he nails it, then who knows where he'll end up as far as the podium is concerned. But Harry is that type of gymnast, isn't he, Chris, where we've seen the British team go out. They've had a great run out. They all have. Every single one of them has smashed it. And Harry will want to be in that mix.
Oh, yes, he will. He's a proper Yorkshire lad, isn't he?
Well, he's very competitive. I mean, the competition in the British team, he won't want to be the only gymnast not going home with a medal. He's a real fighter. And he'll be disappointed he's not just been ready to get into the vault, because, you know, vault's his pace, floor's his pace. And like Sam was saying, he's making inroads into the world of great ring workers. I mean, Courtney Tulloch was at first reserve for this, and I mean, it is just one of the closely contested finals we've got. I mean, that guy's won everything behind the kitchen sink and a row of houses. I mean, he's done everything, hasn't he?
He needs to move to the Philippines and win himself some houses.
Yeah, look at the stats there.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible.
But he's the opposite to Donnell Wittenburg, isn't he? He's small, light, you know. There's not much of him told up there on the rings.
That graphic did him out of 8 European titles as well.
Did it?
Well, I thought he'd won it 10 times, but maybe I got that wrong. But yeah, 8 or 10. I mean, we're splitting hairs over a couple of European titles. I mean, interesting. The Chinese gymnast was world champion back in 2021. Because I was saying, remember the guy that did the crucifix and sort of rolled his head around to show how easy? I mean, he's not even in the cut now, is he?
No. Well, it's going to be an incredible final. It's mesmerising to watch. It's our last final of the day here. The gymnasts will be back out in Jakarta tomorrow for another 5 finals. We've got Ruby Evans, Abby Martin and Joe Fraser performing tomorrow. 2 medals today for Great Britain, Jake Jarman and Luke Whitehouse. Jake Jarman took gold on floor and Luke Whitehouse the silver. And the 3rd British gymnast to perform is in this final, Harry Hepworth. He's the 6th gymnast to go, and there'll be a warm-up in between the first 4 and the second set of 4. And Harry will be in the 2nd set of gymnasts to perform here. So it looks like warm-up is done, and Lan Singu is just chalking up, the 27-year-old from China. Many gold medals to his name. He scored a 14.766 in qualification with a 5.9 on the difficulty. So certainly one of the hardest routines you're going to see in this final. What a way to start. He's the highest qualifier for this rings final. He's got that right arm heavily strapped up. It's like hydraulics, aren't they, these the arms of these gymnasts?
They absolutely are. They're quite unbelievable. This is a piece of apparatus that is unbelievable when you watch it. The strength of them is something that the average person can't conceive.
Can't ever understand how strong these guys are.
Well, prepare to be in awe as Lan Singu of China starts off this men's World Rings Final.
And as Matt just said, it's like these guys are on hydraulics. Just watch this. That's the back planche, and he will press right up above the rings into the top planche. And watch this now. From below the rings, press up into the Maltese position. But gymnasts have to swing on this piece of apparatus as well. Ooh, and a little adjustment there on the handstand. Swing to strength, one of the 4 requirements. Easily held for the 2 seconds and into the crucifix for good measure.
Amazing.
Now he needs a good dismount. Double twisting, double straight, just that little hop forwards. Well, I mean, he will set the standard. There was a couple of wobbles, well, not real wobbles, but adjustment in the handstands. And in this field of competition, we are looking for perfection. So I think there is the opportunity with some people in the field just to get up there. I don't know what you thought, guys.
Well, I thought, as far as the dismount is concerned, now with this 0.1 for a stick, that little step cost him 0.2, and we usually see this competition won by 0.1 or 0.1 at the most. So I think if you give away, look at that, that is absolutely superb, isn't it? completely parallel to the ground. But having done all that wonderful work, that little step has now cost him 0.2.
Well, I think Sam was talking to this, Matt, just before then, talking about Donnell's big routine. He's got all that strength, but then got this enormous triple pike back dismount. And if anywhere in the routine, that's where it's going to catch them out. I mean, his swinging skills between the rings and his strength were absolutely spot on. But there was just a few little wavers. And even though the rings move, it's actually called as still rings. The aim of the gymnast is to keep the rings still. And his chest was quite down there as well.
Yeah, he doesn't look that happy.
No, he doesn't look like he feels he nailed the winning routine.
14.5 is 0.266 down on his qualification score. So
that's the stuck landing.
Yes. Well, he knows that his compatriot can certainly do better than that. Zhang Boheng scored 14.6 in both qualification and the all-round. Took a silver medal in the all-round 2 days ago. Looking for gold here now.
Flat in that position, the Maltese into the crucifix. Watch him in the swinging elements. Lovely double pike, straight up into the handstand. You see, not a flicker there. Good line in the handstand, and again, swing to that strength position. Double twisting, double straight. Oh. Better body position. He didn't get the 0.1, and he's down a little bit on the difficulty. I mean, that's going to be close to the 14.5.
I feel this gymnast has really broadened out since we saw him last, which would have been in Paris. He's sort of not changed physique, but become quite a lot stronger in the upper body.
If you look at traditionally the all-around gymnast, which he clearly is, they rarely make a rings final because rings tends to be their Achilles heel, because if they've got the bulk, then they struggle on some of the other piece of apparatus like pedal bars, pommels. So actually, testament to what a fabulous gymnast he is, that he can make a rings final and well within a shout of a medal, Matt.
Oh, no question about that. I mean, when we looked at, as far as qualification is concerned, Donnell Wittenburg, second highest qualifier on 14.7. We've already seen the first gymnast to go drop down to 14.5. And if Harry lands, then he's going to be in with a shout as well of getting in the mix.
Well, that was a significantly better body position on the dismount, even though there was that step. He didn't get the 0.2. But the judges really do hammer the gymnasts if the chest is down.
14.466. He's down in second at the moment. Not a flicker of emotion from Boheng.
I think a wry smile. I'm not sure he agreed with that.
No. Well, the door's open now for Adem Asil. He's won gold at the Worlds before. It was 3 years ago. Chance of another world medal for the Turkish gymnast. The fourth highest qualifier. Getting that grip absolutely right. No chance of a regrasp really during a rings routine.
Well, just watch this for strength. Below the rings, right up through the crucifix, into the top planche. He'll go again, watch this. Press into the Maltese. If any gymnast got the ability to go above 14.5, it's this gymnast, current European champion. Very well controlled into the swing to handstand. A little bit more difficulty than Boheng. Come on, lock out this handstand. He's a dismount to go, and he's a dismount away from a podium finish. Come on. Double twisting, double straight. Well, just that little hop on the dismount, but again, another superb routine. And he just had that little more difficult routine.
I mean, it was precision, it was accurate, apart from that little hop on the dismount, but the difficulty was 5.7
qualification.
Yeah.
He's a gymnast who brings great energy, isn't he? You know, really, you feel his desire.
And again, another good all-round gymnast.
Yes.
He was all-around European champion, who's good on rings. And he's also good on vault. I mean, if you've got a couple of good pieces, then your piece that's not so good, then it just helps that apparatus. Certainly when you've got 6 pieces to go around. I don't really think on the women's side, Christine, I don't know if you agree or not, but if you've got a really low piece on the women's side, it's hard to be a good all-rounder because you've only got 4 apparatus.
Yes. Absolutely, and as we've seen with Namor, if you've got an excellent piece, it has a great influence on your all-around.
Incredible work.
Do you think he was happy with that, Matt, when he finished?
Well, I think he might have been saying to the judges, I deserve a really good score here.
Yes, I agree with you,
So
Matt,
come on, give me something.
It's part of the show, I think.
Well, he's got into the lead and it worked.
It worked.
14.566. Good lad. We're all doing it now.
Well, 5-7 in difficulty.
Yes.
1/10 separating the first 3 gymnasts.
Yeah.
I mean,
we knew it was
this is going to be one of the closest finals.
So, Caio Souza, oldest gymnast in this final at 32 years old. 14.333 scored in qualification. But as you say, Craig, there's tenths in it.
Well, the only gymnast in this field to stick the dismount, but he can equal Asil on the difficulty. Posted a 5-7. Right, now we'll need to swing. Double pike up into the handstand. His biceps are that big, it looks like he's got bent arms. And that was lovely. The front somersault into the crucifix. That's called a Homner. Look, it looks like he's just using bent arm to steady himself in the handstand. And it's a triple to finish. Ooh, and just that hop back, so he'll not get the step up. I don't know whether he's watched Asil thinking if I scream. For me, it's not as good as we've seen in the previous gymnasts. But I've been wrong before. Just not just as sharp, I feel.
Yeah, well, he had a great outing at the... I mean, so delighted to be in this final, hearing him talk ahead of this. So he's celebrating his moment and all that hard work and effort that goes into it. He deserves to enjoy himself up there, for sure.
Yeah, not quite so crisp a line through the legs and the feet, and that just makes it not feel quite as sharp, does it? A little bit bent of the elbows, but fantastic strength work.
I mean, his biceps there, Matt, are as big as your legs from that angle, aren't they?
I thought you were going to say mine.
No,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they are.
Maybe when he was a child. But I don't know if that makes it look like his arms are bent, you know, because they do look slightly flexed there. But is that just because his biceps are so big? You know, you really have to lock out with straight arms.
Do you really think my legs are that muscly?
Actually, no. I was trying to pick you up. Well, that's the first triple bike we've seen.
I mean, really, if you do it right, that triple back is going to be easier to land than the twisting double straights, because you're just one axis coming straight down.
Fantastic. 14.166. He's fourth. Well-deserved place. 32 years old. Well done, that man.
Judges must have agreed.
Back to the warm-up then. And this will be Harry Hepworth's chance to...
Well, it's interesting point, Christine, that you mentioned, actually, because the dismount is potentially with 2 tenths, isn't it? Because everybody's taking a step which is 0.1 and you're losing the bonus. So if you nail it, it's 2 tenths. If Harry hits this triple back, then I think he's a real chance of taking a medal.
Well, it's very hard to get up into that top 3 at the moment. 14.566, 14.5, 14.466. So, yeah, I mean, Harry scored a 14.333, so he needs to be 0.2 up on his qualification score. But we've said,
well, if he sticks it, that's 2 tenths.
Yeah,
so that's 14.566, which would
put him joint lead.
Yeah, well, it goes second because of the start value.
Yeah.
But I mean, ifs and buts, he's got to do it, hasn't he?
I mean, he's an amazing floor worker as well, so he's got that acrobatic skill as Harry. So, but it is coming at the end of the routine.
It is a real skill of spatial awareness. I mean, I performed a triple back off rings in 2002. And as Christine said, you've only got one access to think about. So if you are spatially aware, it's a good way to finish. But it could come with deduction. Sam said he performs a really good triple back because his knees are together. Obviously, some gymnasts pull the knees apart. Caio Souza there. Now, that's a good triple back. Knees together by the lad, is it from Belgium?
Yeah, Cuyle, Glen Cuyle.
Glen.
What's the key then, Craig, to setting that triple back? Like literally to get the lift? Because the rings, it's not like the high bar. There's a bit of give in the high bar, isn't there? The rings are quite dead.
Yeah, I think it's an individual thing of how you feel. Like, I really struggled on rings to do a double straight dismount because of the timing, whereas I could initiate the pull and the bent arm up, so I found being able to set the rotation for a tuck a lot easier than the straight. Again, it's very different for different gymnasts how they feel it. I mean, lots of the guys who I was competing with opted for the double straight rotation, double straight with full twist. It is really individual, so being able to, as Donnell picks up into the triple pike, I think that'd be really interesting to see. And will he warm it up? You know, let's have a look.
Yes.
And again, in that pike position, you're not going to get any deduction for leg separation. He made that look so easy.
It made it look like a double back, didn't he?
Did he do 3? Was it 2? I don't know, but I mean, you'd certainly want him on your side, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was possibly 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looked effortless, whatever it was. Maybe it wasn't the height that he needed for the triple.
No, we weren't at a particularly good angle. It was just a bit. We saw it late. Oh my gosh, that's an outfit and a half, isn't it?
Well, the Greek god, he's certainly got his
from one Greek god to another. Yeah. So Eleftherios Petrounias at 34 years old, 3 times a world champion. Can he make it? Number 4. 14.333 was his qualification score, but there's only tenths in this. There'll only be tenths between the medalists.
And the next finalist is the Greek gymnast, Petrounias.
On we go then. 4 more gymnasts left to go in this World Rings final. Eleftherios Petrounias of Greece next up.
Now look at that for a start. And he'll go again. pressing down on the rings into the Maltese position. Fixer strong in the handstand. Swing to strength, not a flicker between these positions. Releasing the grip on the rings just to prove how easy it is. Up into the handstand. Right, with a dismount to go. Double twisting, double straight. And again, just that little shuffle back, but the first part of the routine, I mean, we're talking the smallest of errors.
Yeah, the stuff on the rings was absolutely superb.
He looks made for rings, doesn't he? He's strong, but he's not so bulky that it overtakes the performance.
Harry's next.
Yeah, that looks easy.
Looks like he's on wires, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. It's like it's being supported with the coach, because he does. And I think that's what makes gymnastics so special. It's the experts make it look easy, don't they? Where you go, oh, I think I could probably have a go at that. One of the best dismounts, I feel, because he had a really good straight body shape and he landed upright. A lot of the gymnasts that are under rotating would take a step forward. So it's going to be close. I wouldn't like to call it.
Has he done enough to get onto the podium at this point? 14.466 is the third place score. 14.3, it's fourth as it stands for Eleftherios Petrounias. But he's been there and done that.
Got the T-shirt and the medals.
Well, what a moment for Great Britain's Harry Hepworth, 21 years old. He's the youngest competitor in this men's rings world final. Come on, Harry is the sixth highest qualifier. He's got huge difficulty. He posted a 5.8 in qualification and a big dismount. Come on.
Very impressive start, difficult swinging into the inverted position. Oh, and look at that, presses from the crucifix into the Maltese. He's got one of the hardest routines and he swings beautifully up into the handstand. Another swing to strength for good measure. Words of encouragement from his teammates. Up into the handstand. It's a dismount to go. Can he land on a medal? Come on, Harry. Into the... Oh, no, what a shame. So close. I went for that near landing.
He went all out. He couldn't have done much more. I think he just ran out of steam at the end. It was a huge performance, gritty effort.
Oh, it was a great routine. I think he just travelled forwards a little bit on that dismount. And we'll have another look at it here, I'm sure. But this strength work was really so much improved from when we've seen him in international competition last. But he had to go for broke, he had to go for it.
I think what I like about this routine, Chris, is he's got a real balance between the swinging and the strength. Probably one of the best lines in handstand and controlling the handstand we've seen. I mean, you know when you've let go of the bars or the rings, whether you've got enough rotation, and only he can tell you, did he snatch it, did he let go a little bit too soon? Hard to say.
But the work on the rings throughout was impeccable.
Was fabulous, yeah,
absolutely
really
fabulous.
was.
And it's early days for that triple back. Here it comes.
Ooh. I mean, between putting your hands down and nailing it, I mean, it's the finest of margins. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what he says afterwards.
13.366 for Harry. 6th place with 2 to go. He went for it, that's for sure, but that's the spirit. He'll be back, no question about that. Well, Glen Cuyle of Belgium is the penultimate gymnast in this rings final. 14.333 in qualification and a 5.8 difficulty, so he's not going to hold back either, and we're expecting to see a triple back for his dismount.
Well, we're still waiting for one gymnast to stick the landing. Another 5.8. Watch this. Oh, and he had to really work to press up to the Maltese position. Lovely combination, the double pike front somersault, immediately front somersault into the crucifix. Very impressive from the young lad from Belgium. Come on now. Big triple to finish, winds up into the... Oh! What a shame! So close.
Similar story for Glen as was with Harry. Good effort though, and that's the respect.
He had plenty of time in the air. It was just running away from him a little bit, that triple back. All these gymnasts, phenomenal strength. The scores are all so tight because it's very difficult to separate them because they do such good work. Lovely pike shape. In the somersaulting section, he locks out strongly into the handstand.
I just think, Chris, on some of those strength elements, he wasn't just as precise as some of the gymnasts we've seen before.
I would agree. He looked like he had plenty of time to come out and fix that landing.
Glen Cuyle scores a 13.966, scores ahead of Harry Hepworth. Well, what a story it could be for this lad. Donnell Wittenburg, 31 years old. USA have never had a world champion on rings. This could be his moment of history. They've had a silver, they've had a bronze, but never a gold. The score he needs to beat Adem Asil is 14.567. This is huge in more ways than one.
Well, just look at that dead flat position. He is as strong as he looks, this guy. Not even needing to grip the rings there, pressing straight into the top planche. Maybe a little high for me in that Maltese. Strong and steady in the handstand. Here we go.
Come on.
Winds up into the triple pike. Oh!
Wow, what a routine!
Well, that's certainly going to challenge. Will it be the first ever gold?
I hope so. I hope he's done it. I really do. absolutely superb in every department. Come on. He deserves to win it.
He does. Well, we're not the judges. There may be some niceties that we missed, but he had lovely lines. He held those strength elements so impressively, but he swung so well as well.
Well, he posted the hardest routine in qualification. And if you're going to take the title, that's the way to do it.
Well, it'd be a great victory for this gymnast because he's been a real part of the American team.
He has.
Probably for the last 10 years, you know, missed out on the Olympics. He was reserve and he's gone away and just kept on hammering away in the gym. So I think a medal of any kind would be great. But I mean, if he could just go above into first place, I wouldn't like to call this one.
Impeccable shape. And here it comes. There's the wind-up.
Perfect technique for all aspiring gymnasts to watch here. Let's go to the knees at just the right moment.
I thought he actually had it nailed. It was so close.
14.566 is the score to beat. He's done it! It's 14.7! And he is the new World Rings champion. The first world champion on rings for the USA. Donnell Wittenburg, the last gymnast to go, beats Adem Asil into second place, with Lan Singu taking the bronze medal. But what a moment for Donnell Wittenburg at 31 years old. World champion on rings.
He looks almost overwhelmed, doesn't he?
Well, went down to the wire. The very last performer equalled what he did in qualification. Adem Asil has to settle for silver, but he looks absolutely delighted for Donnell. Real camaraderie between these gymnasts, Christine.
Absolutely. And he's delighted with his medal as well.
Turkey takes a silver and a bronze for China. I mean, just to separate the top three, really, really close. I wouldn't like the job of the judges today, Christine.
No, it's been very tight. Complete opposite to the women's uneven bars, where it was a huge win, but this was very tight. But I think a clear winner there.
Yeah, and there's confirmation. You new world champion, first for USA. Donnell Wittenburg takes gold. Adem Asil of Turkey, the silver, and Zhang Boheng of China for the bronze. An unlucky 8th place for Harry Hepworth for 8th place. But I think the potential there is for Harry. If he'd have stuck the dismount, it'd have been a lot different story today.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the work on the rings. For me, looked a great deal improved. They've been working very hard on, you know, they've got their sights set on medals in this cycle, the British lads, and they're really going for it. And they've shown, we've had a great showing here from them. And Harry, yep, just slightly under-rotated that triple back, but it's all there. Bit more work, a little bit more numbers probably under his belt, if we're honest about it. It's one of those sort of skills that needs a lot of reinforcement if you're going to do it at the end of all that strength-sapping stuff.
It is, and as we've seen there with Donnell, great risk comes great reward, and he was very well rewarded with that. I mean, look at that in the handstand position. He hasn't got the straightest of lines in the handstand, which is very difficult to do when you've got such a bulky physique, upper body, to have that full extension, because the muscles are there working against each other. But then when it comes to the strength elements, that's when you need the big guns, as they say. And Petrounias today will have to settle for 5th place. Caio Souza of Brazil in 6th, and Glen Cuyle of Belgium down the field in 7th. But interestingly enough, not one gymnast, Christine, has got that 0.1.
No. It's well, we always say it comes down to the dismount quite a lot. They've now made it even more down to the dismount by putting the extra emphasis on it. I do think in the all-around competition it was great. I'm not quite so sure how I feel about it in the finals.
Well, I mean, I like it. I do think it's great, and I also think it'd be something that I'd like to see in the women's competition as well, because, again, it would certainly add another dimension.
Thanks, Craig. What a way to finish that, Donnell Wittenburg. Phenomenal. But we'll start with Harry, because he was looking so relaxed. He was looking calm coming into this. I think he thought, you know, it was in his sights, Sam.
And he did everything he needed to do with that routine, Matt. All of the strength elements were beautiful. He had a tiny little swing towards the end. I was interested to see how he'd manage that throughout the routine. But he got into his handstand, put himself in the right position to do that triple back. But, you know, like we said beforehand, it's the first time he's performed it in a pressured environment like this on the world stage. And he's going to learn a lot from it. It looked to me like when he took off, he just lifted his head out a little bit before the triple back, and I think that meant he didn't quite have enough rotation to get round, because he looked a little bit surprised after the landing. But
I mean, it's a strength-sapping routine, and when we talked about the difficulty, you know, you've got to be absolutely shattered, and then to put in a triple back at the end.
It's exactly what I said to Beth. I said it's the fatigue in your arms as you get towards the end. It's so hard when you know, as a rings worker, the chances of you falling off the rings are very small. It's going to come down to how you can control that dismount. And then obviously to see Donnell Wittenburg do that triple pike. I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world as well. Won his first world medal in 2014. I think he's the first American gymnast to ever make 6 world championships, either men or women. And he's the nicest guy. I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago on my podcast. And he was hopeful that he could maybe challenge for a medal, but he'll be so surprised.
Making history.
It's just incredible. Like, at this age, 31, to have won a rings title, unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely superb. And Beth, you know what it's like to keep that longevity, that career going for so long. And he's still smashing it, still making the team. And, you know, you've got these young gymnasts that come through. You need people like that to look up to.
You do. And I think if you ask a lot of these gymnasts, why do they keep going? It's because they enjoy it. They love it. They love the sport.